Hi everybody, we're out in the vineyard with our vineyard manager and viticulturist Mark Mccune, being filmed by Kirk Fox, starting our video series of basically learning more about what we do at Barren Ridge. And this is about viticulture, and it's just kind of an update of what we're doing this time of year in June going into July. And I'm going to let Mark talk a little bit about what he does. He's been a great vineyard manager for us. He's been here since 2008, so he's got more than 10 years of experience. We have a great consultant named Chris Hill, who is one of the most experienced grape growers and consultants in Virginia. And we're happy to have, for our small vineyard, we have some real high quality people that help us do what we do, and the reason that we make good wines is because we get good fruit, and that is mostly thanks to Mark here. And Mark has also made our apple wine for us, and he's local and he's been here all his life, so he's part of this place. He's a real part of the DNA of Barren Ridge, so I'll just let him talk. We're standing here in our Cabernet Franc, which looks beautiful, and we're going to talk about trellis systems, maybe a little bit about what pests we might be seeing, and just what we're doing in the vineyard at this moment. And we'll try to do these series every so often, just to kind of give seasonal updates. So enjoy yourselves, and glad you're joining us. And here's Mark Mccune.
Hi everyone. It's Cab Franc. It's VSP. It's been leaf pulled recently on both sides. It looks really good. We managed to avoid the frost this year with this variety in particular.
Can you explain what VSP is, or what it stands for?
Yeah, it's vertical shoot positioning. So everything goes up versus like a high wire trellis system where the shoots come down, or a split canopy where you have part of your canopy going up, part of it coming down. Just a way to so it's just a way to divide the canopy and get more airflow and bigger yields, kind of thing.
Okay.
So
and you can see how our crew and everybody working here, they pull leaves to open up the airflow here. And I don't know if there are other reasons we open up the leaves. You don't want the fruit. Once the berry size gets big enough, they can be susceptible to sunburn.
Yeah.
So timing, as Mark just said, it's a short window. So it's very important to time it correctly before the berries get much bigger, but get that airflow in here now. So you only have, what, 2 to 3 weeks to do the leaf pulling?
Yeah. Do it right.
Yeah.
Usually always have some sunburn towards it. By the time we finish the last couple acres, but
okay.
We would rather have it now than later on, kind of thing.
Okay.
So.
And we do this manually. This can be done by a machine too. There's blowers and things like that. And we feel it's more gentle to do it by hand. It takes longer. So it's all about how you manage your vineyard. We're a smaller vineyard. We can do a lot more by hand, and we think we can be very careful doing that, so that's how we do it. If you have a very big vineyard, it's probably easier to do it mechanically and maybe better for you. So it all comes down to how you manage your own space, and we do things the way we think it's right for us.
Sounds great.
You want to talk about beetles or no?
Yeah, sure. Here, let's go. So you can see it even walking up to it. Like it's kind of the top of the canopy is kind of.
Oh yeah, you see, it looks
skeletonized.
To me, it looks brown, but it's really just skeletonized.
Yeah.
Okay, they're out here harder than I thought they were.
Yeah, they come into the edges first, and then kind of work their way into the vineyard.
Are they in the front corner of the vineyard's Tremonette, right?
Yeah, and they always hit that first row out by the road.
Yeah. Are they there too right now?
Yeah. So it looks a lot worse than it really is.
Yeah. We're in the Cab Franc, and we're looking at one of the pests that we have that arrive every year. Japanese beetles, and you can see them in our canopy. They're eating the leaves. So this is one of the many things that we worry about. We have different types of insects. We have good insects and insects that we don't like as much, like these beetles. Probably the bigger concerns are maladies like downy mildew and
powdery black rot.
Powdery mildew, downy mildew, black rot. Those
Botrytis.
are botrytis, which is a mushroom or fungus. Those are our main enemies, and we have to worry about insects. So we're always Mark's out here practically daily, just seeing what's going on and observing, smelling, seeing, using all your senses. That's probably the most important thing, and we react if we need to. So we're keeping a close eye on what's going on here. And the last thing we'll look at today, we'll go look at what a split canopy looks like and why we do that. Mark makes most of the decisions out here. He has the most knowledge. We try to make decisions together, but he's the guy that knows what he's doing. So is this all Vito Blanc?
Yeah.
So we're in the Vito Blanc. You can see we have these nice long loose clusters, hybrid grape that grows very well in Virginia, and it's usually beautiful for us. And Mark's going to talk about the split canopy system, which you can see right here, but I'll let him explain it and take it away.
Yeah, so you have kind of 2/3 of your shoots going up, 1/3 coming down between both sides, and it's just a way to divide the canopy and, like we talked about earlier, get more sunlight, airflow. And this one, people call it the ballerina. And if you stand back at the end of the post and look down the row, it should look like a Mercedes sign, where you have the shoots going up, then you have shoots coming out both sides. And yeah, so this is one variety that really never lets us down, kind of thing. So,
and this is, so Mark was saying 2/3 up.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 2/3 you see going up. We were tucking them in between these wires, so that holds them right here, exposes the fruit nicely to airflow, and then you have 1/3 going down, and that's why it looks like a ballerina split. And that allows us to have some more fruit down here and fruit up here with open in the middle for airflow. And if you had everything up in the vertical shoot positioning system, you'd have too much fruit together and you wouldn't have airflow, and you would start to develop different maladies of the grape because everything's too tight. This way you can have a bigger crop and keep it open. And this is something that's done quite a bit in Virginia, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a little extra work because you have to hedge or tip the shoots going down, and it's a little harder to do weed control at that point. But
you have to tip them just so we can mow in here?
Yeah, tip them so you don't step on them with the mower tractor and rip them off, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long, do you know when this Vidal was planted?
Yeah, it was planted back in 2007.
2007.
Yeah, so it's been here for a while.
First crop 2009.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful Vidal Blanc. So we'll give you an update every so often to let you know what's going on in the vineyard and let you know how we progress from unripe fruit to ripe fruit to harvest, and eventually to nice clean fruit juice, and eventually transform to wine. So we'll keep the series up. You guys ask us questions if you have to, and let us know anything that you find interesting, and we'll just keep the series going. So appreciate you joining us today.
Thanks.